Hey everybody, welcome back. It is episode 26, August the 3rd. We have a very special guest for you all today, but before we get to introducing her,
you know what's coming. With school right around the corner, it's the perfect time to start thinking about housing for next year. Phillips Real Estate has a new listing in the popular Pheasant Run subdivision in Blacksburg that is leased through June of 2024, making it a great investment property and ready for new people to move in before school starts next year. Priced at $312,500, this 4-bedroom townhouse has 2.5 baths and is an end unit, giving the tenants more privacy than most townhouses. It's located very close to the BT bus stop and near the grocery store as well as campus. It features an open floor plan on the main level, including a pass-through window from the kitchen and a very private back deck. Call Phillips Real Estate at 540-346-4552 and let Dave show you this property before it gets gone. That's 540-346-4552 to find out more about this excellent investment opportunity in Pheasant Run, or to find out how you can have your property advertised on this podcast.
all right, this week's guest,
6'2",
from Danville, Connecticut,
a Wake Forest graduate,
has dined with the First Lady. More on that later.
and a shooter.
You want to say together?
Yeah.
Olivia Summiel!
Oh, guys, I feel so honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
I feel like I really should have asked you this sooner, but can you say your last name for me to make sure I do it right?
Yes, it's Summiel.
Summiel.
Yeah.
Messed up already.
It's okay.
People still want to call me Amore. Or Amore.
It's part of being a public figure, I guess.
It is.
Sorry, we won't mess up again. Okay.
It's okay. No worries.
Despite that, we actually do like each other. We do see live every day. We have gone through the best and the worst. So yeah, don't think that we're just really bad people.
Well, yeah, because we've played against each other for how many years? So, been very familiar because she was at Wake Forest, like we said earlier. So now she's on our team, which we'll dive in and ask you more questions about that later. But first, we need to recap a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's August. New month, new us.
Time is flying by.
And we went to South Carolina on the weekend to see our friends, the Belairs.
Yeah, that was fun. They posted a vlog that we were in, so go watch if you're interested. And what did you do, Liv? We had a 3-day weekend, so...
Yes, I actually took a trip with Kayla and Carly to Smith Mountain Lake. It was my first time there. It was beautiful. I got some sun, a little sunburnt, but it's okay. We recovered.
Also for you guys who watched us last year, she went actually to Taylor Guyman's lake house, which is really cool, I think, to see that even though Tay's graduated and doing big girl stuff, she's still very much loved and involved, and I think that just also speaks on the culture of our team for sure.
Yeah.
But what else did you do? What else did you get up to?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome to meet her family. Obviously, I was meeting them for the first time, but they welcomed me in like it was like we'd known each other for forever. So we had a lot of fun. We spent some time in the boat, went swimming in the lake. Just enjoyed the sun, ate some good food. It was nice to kind of take a step away from it all for a little bit, but it was fun.
Yeah. Well, that was our last little break for a while because you guys know we're getting ready for Greece. Already started some practices for that trip. Guys, how do you think it's going?
It's going.
It's going. That was what I was going to say.
It's early days. We're getting there, but very excited. I think that, I mean, for us to start practicing now is pretty good. Like, that's also kind of like an advantage.
Yeah, it's cool that we have the opportunity to roll the ball out and play some 5-on-5 more than we would if we weren't going to Greece. But obviously it's also a difficult time because there's a lot of new people like Liv that haven't exactly been in the system a lot. So they're having to learn everything while also practicing for 2+ hours and learning how to play and everything.
Yeah, she's having to learn the plays that kicked her butt last year in Cassell.
It was funny when we put in the first play that coach drew up. I was like, I recognize this play because I know there's a backstreet coming. That's all.
Yeah, oh my gosh, we should have asked you because that's the one that as soon as we call it, everyone screams they're jumping the screens and everything right away. So
the giveaway is that you're on the wing. Whenever Liz is on the wing, we know it's coming. That's
we. Who is we?
That's true. Not anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the good side.
Yes.
So what do you think about practices though so far?
It's been really good. It's been cool to I think, have the opportunity to have this chance to build chemistry. Like you said, we got a lot of new bodies on the team. So I think this little fun trip we have planned will be a ton of fun. But I also think it's a really good opportunity for us to kind of feel each other out and get some game experience under our belt before things get real. So I'm excited, and it's been a really fun summer so far. We've been busy working hard, that's for sure, but it's been great so far.
Yeah. What is like? Is there anything about practice that's like different than how you used to do it at Wake? I guess, or
Ooh, I'm trying to think. I think college basketball is college basketball at the end of the day. I think the pace is different, and it's been cool. I think one thing overall, I would say in general about the biggest difference that I've experienced so far is just like being around this group and feeling like if you don't get in the gym and get extra shots, like you're weird. Like, and I think that's so cool to have like be a part of that environment where you're not the crazy one for like, you know what I mean? Like holding yourself to those high standards. So I think that's been really cool and definitely a fun adjustment so far.
Yeah, I think the culture here is definitely like working hard, and like I feel like people have FOMO if like they see certain people working out, and then like if Georgia gets in a workout, like I know, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, when is mine?
I was gonna say we definitely have a FOMO culture, like in the best way. Like it's like even like I've noticed it's so cute. Mackie does like borderline everything I do. Like if we're like running stuff, she's up there with me. Like this is so cute, but it's like it's true. Like everyone just wants to push.
Yeah.
And
well, yeah, we also have like a bunch of those babies, the 5 freshmen that like have like obviously we have a couple little point guards, so they have Georgia to look up to, which is really cool because she can't be here forever, sadly, guys.
Claire, Liz also has a dupe, like a carbon copy in Claire, or like
it's literally just the height. We look nothing. We
yellow
act
blonde.
nothing alike. I'm not blonde anymore.
Girl, it looks blonde in the
No,
camera.
we're good. Claire is hilarious. We need to have her. We love Liv, but come on, Claire has a personality, isn't she?
I agree. I think we gotta get her on here.
Speaking of personalities, I feel like a lot is going to be revealed when we go to Greece next week. So, I mean, I've already started shopping and packing. So, what have you bought? Have you bought anything in particular, or?
Yes, I've been using the excuse like, oh, we're going to Greece, so why not? That's been my excuse for everything. I bought a lot of dresses, and I'm not really a dress girl, but I was like, why not? Because we're going to Greece. I got some new bathing suits. That was needed some new bathing suits. I tried out, I got these white sneakers. They're from TikTok. Okay. I can't tell if they're ugly or not. I haven't decided yet, but like apparently they're known for being like a really great walking shoe.
Wait, I think I've seen them. Don't nurses wear them, or like people that
maybe they're like, it's like Dr. Scholl's, like it's like a Dr. Scholl's shoe. They're just like a plain white sneaker, but I was like, I need something that's going to be comfortable that I can wear all day walking around. So I'm excited to try those ones out.
Have you like thought about how you're gonna dress for the 100-degree heat, or?
Oh my goodness. I know. I was going, actually, I ordered some packing cubes on Amazon. She recommended those from when you guys went to Australia. She was telling me, she's like, it definitely helps you feel organized. So I was like, all right, I'm going to order some. So I finally ordered those, and I started like laying out like an idea of what I wanted to wear. I was trying to be like, okay, colors, material, what's going to be the most comfortable in the brutal heat. So hopefully we have it under control, but probably not prepared.
I don't know. Coach G had us trying to prepare by sitting in the sauna for 20 minutes today, and it was absolutely kicking our butts.
I definitely lost a lot of water weight, for sure.
Oh my gosh, I hope everyone went back and drank like 3 Gatorade bottles full, because that was insane.
It was a lot.
I was drenched.
To be fair, it was like when someone's like, yeah, okay, for me, I'm going to use Celsius because I don't know Fahrenheit. They're like, yeah, the spa is like 40 degrees. I'm like, yeah, but sitting in the spa in 40 degrees is different than like 40 degrees plus a little bit of wind plus like open space. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was being dramatic in the sauna, but I was like, it's going to be bad, but not this bad.
It depends if the sun is beating on us and if we're like walking on our like 8th mile, then it might be bad. But if there's a nice breeze and we're like chilling, it'll be okay.
We'll get our sweat on, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, really, and Europe, we're gonna have to struggle for hydration, but we'll do our best. I finished my summer class, so that's good. I can relax in Greece. I don't even know if I'm gonna bring my laptop or not. But Liv and I are actually in the same master's program. So how are you liking ITMA or whatever?
So far, it's been good. I've definitely been an athlete in the class in the sense that I've been connecting absolutely everything back to basketball because I don't have too much experience in education, and that's essentially what the degree is, master's in education. And it's funny, I definitely used the kids camp that we went to the other day. I was using that for almost every assignment in terms of developing lesson plans, and it was the camp plan.
That's smart of you. That really works.
Guys, for you, like, let's just settle this right here, right now. Liv is incredibly intelligent. Like, to put that out. Like, just the way you, like, talk and act and,
Carry
like,
yourself.
analyze. Like, everything about you screams intelligence and, like, class. I think you're just a class human. Just want to put that out there, but...
Thank you, guys. That is the sweetest thing. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I don't feel so intelligent sometimes, but hey.
I think you are.
You seem that way, and that's really all that matters, isn't it?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. She also has a degree from Wake, so that kind of helps too.
Yeah, what was your degree in?
Okay, so I was in the business school at Wake. It was definitely intimidating because we had to apply to get in, and it was econ, calc, and accounting, and you had to get like a certain GPA in order to get in. It was a grind. I got my first ever C in my life in accounting. I had to take 2 accounting classes. I got a C in both, but it's okay because C's get degrees. I got my degree. I got it in business and enterprise management with a concentration in sports management. So,
see,
it was fun. It was
I don't know what she's talking about. Really.
Yeah. It was fun. It was more of like the broad. It wasn't a finance or a math business or accounting. It was more of like the broad. We had to take marketing classes. We took some like organizational behavior classes. Different like we had. It was a pretty broad major, which made it fun and enjoyable for sure.
Yeah, and now you're in instructional technology masters. Me, Liv, and Kayla. Is anyone else who knows?
Yeah.
Are we the only grads? Jeez.
I think we are.
Yeah, we're grinding on that together. Together but separate, don't worry.
Yes.
But yeah, okay, so that's it for our recap. We got a little sneak peek into some of the questions we'll have for Liv later, but let's get into our first segment, which is Roommate Report Card. Roommate Report Card is brought to you by 310 Rosemont, our favorite Blacksburg store. If you're looking for some really cute apparel or jewelry or shoes or anything like that, go on Main Street, go to 310 Rosemont and mention Queens of Cassell for 15% off. We did go the other day and Georgia did, some damage as she does, and I got some pillowcases, like candles, they had everything. So head on that way and let's talk about the Roommate Report Card. Okay, Liv. Well, you'll figure out what it is. Basically, we grade each other because we're roommates, obviously, and then we'll get to you because we know who your roommate is.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, Georgia, what's my grade?
My Roommate Report Card for Liz, I would say a B-.
Oh, what did I do?
So the good was that I randomly mentioned I need avos, and it wasn't like on any grocery list, but you were out doing something, then you went to the grocery store and you were like, I don't know why, but I just had a feeling that you needed avos, and it's definitely because I like said it out loud, but that was the up. Okay. But what makes it a B- is that when I want to come out here and watch the Women's World Cup, I have to like listen, because like in the middle room, like, I don't want the TV too loud because I don't want to, like, wake her up and piss her, make her mad because it's, like, 5 a.m., but, like, then I can't hear anything.
Why don't you watch it in your room?
Because I don't have the YouTube TV.
You can log in.
I don't know your password.
You haven't asked.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so that's resolved.
Also, but, like, if I come out and watch it on the couch, like, I have to be up. Like, if I was, like, in bed, I would just fall back asleep.
I understand. Well... Okay, well, we can work through. I've never said you have to listen to it quiet.
But, like, that's just rude.
Okay, but it's not me holding you back. You're just being polite.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can talk about that later. Before I grade Georgia, Liv, we know that you room with Matilda, who is from Sweden, which is really, we need to get her on here too. Yeah, she's so cute. But spill the beans. Does she do anything annoying or, like, disgusting or anything?
Give her a rating.
Like, honestly, I'm thinking an A. Like, we actually are pretty to ourselves. Like, we started watching Grey's Anatomy together, which is fun. That gives us something to do because she's never seen it. So I'm like, okay, we gotta catch up. Our goal is we said we wanted to finish it by the end of the year, but you already know how many seasons are in Grey's. That might take a little bit longer. But I would give her an A. Today we were grinding because we had the recruit come over to see our apartment, tour our apartment with our family. So we were on grind mode this morning cleaning. But I would say overall, like she gets an A. We're pretty solid duo.
You guys are like the two most easygoing, nicest people, so I
Yeah.
can't imagine it going any other way.
Literally.
Yeah, no, she's easy. She's so easy. She really just kind of she just chills. She's always chilling.
Yeah. Okay, now I'll get to Georgia. This really isn't her fault, but okay. You know the bathroom fan, like the vent thing or whatever. Yeah. I looked at mine yesterday, and it was disgusting, like covered in dust, filthy. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Oh, probably because I can't. No, I don't know. Could it be because I can't? I don't know. Whatever. So I go into Georgia's room. I check hers. It's spotless. Do you use your fan in there?
Yeah, every time I shower.
Okay, well, I don't know. Mine was disgusting, and then I told her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I noticed. I thought you knew that."
Do you want to know how I noticed?
Yeah.
Because I ran out of, you know those things that you put like micellar water on, or like toner, like the cotton things?
Yes.
I ran out of them, so I had to go and steal like 5 of yours.
And then you saw them in them.
Yeah.
Well, it's disgusting, so I wish you told me that sooner, because I'm probably going to have lung issues, but regardless, it's not her fault. But that's all, so I give her a B.
That's incredible.
Yes, okay. And now our next... yeah, you have to get ready. Our next segment is Song of the Week, which is brought to you by Hokie House. Go down to Hokie House to listen to some great music and have some great food. There's a jukebox on the second floor, so play our songs of the week, or Liv's song of the week, or your song of the week. Liv will give you some time to think about your song of the week. It's just like what you've been listening to.
Okay.
Are you ready or no?
Yep. My song of the week is Be the One by Dua Lipa. I love Dua Lipa, but this song's old, and for some reason it just came up my very deep my songs. And I was like, I know why I like this song.
Be the One?
Yeah.
I can't even think of what that is.
Oh, baby, come on, never get to know.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. That one's really good.
Good dancing tune.
Yeah. I've probably already talked about this because all I do is repeat what I say when we talk about music because I listen to the same stuff. But I've been listening to the 1975 a lot lately because they're coming to play in Charlotte in October and I want to go really bad. But I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm manifesting by listening to all of their albums. So that's me. Liv, what you got?
I'm thinking Cuff It by Beyonce. That's been like my morning, like I'm on the way to school and need something to like get me a little like jazz for the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the go-to. I listened to a little bit of Khalid today. Like I love his like American Dream album. That one's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to say Cuff It by Beyonce just because that just gives me the energy that I need for the day.
That's an anthem for sure. Do you listen to music a lot?
I do. I'm like an R&B girl. I'm trying to think. I like a little bit of rap. I feel like I have a pretty broad music taste. Like I just whenever anyone asks me like what kind of music do you listen to, I'm like I like good music. That's always my answer because I'm not like too picky. I could switch it up. So
yeah, I feel that way too. So those were good though. Good songs of the week. You got through our segments nice and cleanly. Now we just have like some questions for you. Yeah, you can elaborate as you see fit, but the first thing is you can be brutally honest. What is one thing that you miss?
I want to mention too, like, I think when we bought on like T-Soul and stuff like that, we talked about like her BC experience. Like, we know you have good times at Wake. Like, we don't want you to come on here and be like, you think that you have to be like hokey bias. Like, no, everyone's life is different. Everyone's experience is different. We're just like genuinely curious, like.
And that's your alma mater, like, obviously, whatever. And my dad played at Wake, like,
you get it.
It's cool, yeah.
You get it, okay.
Yeah, so what's one thing that you miss about Wake?
For me, I would have to say it's honestly the people. I would say campus is absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure if you guys have, like, gotten to see, because I know when you guys come to Winston, like, the Joel isn't really that cute. But the campus itself is, like, actually beautiful. The facilities are, like, insane. They put in a ton of money. Chris Paul was an alumni. He donated a ton of money, and then we had Dr. Guth who donated on the women's side. So they did up the facilities and all that. But aside from the place, I would say honestly, it's like just the people. I really had opportunity to meet, and it's sad actually because I feel like I met so many great people throughout my 4 years, but like everyone's like kind of left throughout it. Like I had a ton of coaching change, like different like faculty and staff members on campus. Like all kind of like came and went throughout my time. But it's cool because I feel like it doesn't matter like where we are now. Like I still have those connections and that network. I think like that's something like the biggest takeaway. Like Wake was good, and I wouldn't change my experience. There's good and bads to every place, right? And I think that comes with it, especially being a student athlete. But I would say the connections and the network that I made, that was definitely something that I will try to carry with me forever. So
Yeah. Well, I know one thing. It's not really Wake, but it's in Winston-Salem. You guys have a Trader, or you had a Trader Joe's.
yes,
Did you go there a lot? And do you?
I need to tap into that more because I like didn't discover it until like later on in my senior year. Like I'm so bummed because there's apparently orange chicken from Trader Joe's. It's like incredible, and I really want to try it. But yeah, no, I definitely. What'd you say?
Did Kayla tell you that?
No.
Oh, because I feel like she eats that, doesn't she?
Does she?
Tell you what Kayla eats.
My little brother just told me the other day. I was like, I need to try it.
We definitely have that in our fridge like all the time when we're at the Highlands now. Whatever. Kayla's a Trader Joe's girly too. She gets it. So.
Got it. Yeah, no, I definitely fumbled the bag. I should have spent more time in there. But there is one. It's actually really close to where I was living too. So.
Wow. What a missed opportunity. Well, next time. We don't have one, sadly, but
yeah, I wish. What is one game you're most excited for this season? It can be like conference, non-conference, whatever.
I like this question. Honestly, I don't really have a particular game. I'm just excited. I'm like nervous, and I'm just ready for the season to start. Like the anxiety is like kicking in. It's cool because I feel like you hear so much about like the Hokie fan base. When we came to play you guys last year, I had like one of the worst games of my career, and like I think I was so like caught up in that, like I didn't really like take in like the environment or the experience. And so I'm just like so excited to like see the environment and see the fans, and especially after the year that you guys had last year, like I hope that like Hokie Nation is like ready to come in and do all of it again because I am excited to experience it firsthand. So I don't know. I don't think I have a particular game. I was hoping that we are going to get to go to Boston College only because that's closer to home. And my junior year when we played at BC, I had a broken wrist. So, and I've missed only 2 games of the season. And of course, one of them was that one. So I wanted to play at home, but it's okay. Like I'm excited.
All right. Bleep.
I can redo it if you want.
Well, no.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just go to the next question then.
Okay.
So like when you go on like the transfer portal and everyone's hitting you up, what made you choose VT, but what stood out like about VT from like other schools, like for your personal liking?
Right. So I think going into the transfer portal, first of all, it's crazy to think like the recruiting process freshman year versus the recruiting process as a 5th year, you know so much more. So like you're going into it like, okay, I know what to expect. Like no one can't like get away with just like saying a bunch of fluff. Like we know the grind and what it takes and all that stuff. So I think going into it, I was like, I wanted to go somewhere where I had good relationships with the coaching staff. I told you guys I had a lot of coaching change over my 4 years. So that was definitely hard. So I wanted to go somewhere where like, look, I have 1 year left. I want to feel like needed and valued and not just like, oh, like we want you to come here because like whatever. Like I feel like I have a clock on me, which is like so crazy. But so I knew going into it, I was like, I got to go somewhere where I want to build great relationships with the coaches and fit in with the team. Because I think that's like, to be honest, like the most important part of the whole experience. Like it doesn't matter about all of the bells and whistles and what this school has and NIL and all that stuff. Like there's so much noise. And I think I wanted to just kind of find the right fit. I knew I wanted to stay in the conference. I love the ACC. I just love the pace and the style. And I couldn't see myself like fitting in anywhere else. Mm-hmm. So I think going in with that was kind of like, okay, like let's see what kind of happens. And then I remember I went in the portal. It was like a Friday evening, and then when I got like checked my email, I saw an email from Virginia Tech. You guys were like playing in the Elite Eight, and I was like, what? Like I was like, what? And then like I was talking to Coach Hicks and like literally talking to the coaches like, wow, you guys like day of Elite Eight, day of Final Four, and I'm like, wow, like that's like so genuine. Like you're thinking like you're in the heat of the season, like preparing for one of your most important games ever, and like they were putting the time in, and I thought that was really awesome. And then also I think like when I came on my visit, like it just felt like it felt so genuine with you guys, like as in terms of players. Like I think that's so hard. Like it's hard to find. And like I finally feel, I was talking to my parents about it last night. It's so funny. Like thinking about like being in a place where you're surrounded by like-minded people. like that makes it so much easier to just like feel like I can be myself. Like I don't feel like I have to like be the like vocal bad guy or like I don't have to put any pressure on it because like the standards are already set so high here. Like you just come in and you just like work hard, and I don't know, I just love that, and I could get that vibe like just from like meeting you guys. So that definitely made it easier. It was a stressful like process in time because it's like have like such a short window to like, we call it like speed dating. Like you're like quickly like, okay, like let me just quickly like talk to somebody and see if we match and see if we vibe and then quickly make the decision. But obviously I'm super happy with my decision so far, and it's been really cool so far, and I'm just so excited to get playing. So sorry that was super long.
No, I was really at the end of that when you finished. I was gonna say, see guys, like we told you she was smart and had her thoughts so well put together. Like,
oh my god,
you're very articulate. Thank you, Georgia. Wow.
Thank you guys.
Perfect word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brought up another question then. Did you have any impressions of us before you met us? Like you say, when you met us, you felt like it would be a good fit, but did you think, I don't know, did you have any other?
Like, what were your, like, when you were like, all right, we're about to play Virginia Tech, like, what were your feelings last year?
I feel like certain schools, like, you have the, like, how do I say this? Certain schools, you know what you're getting into when you're going to play them. Like, you have, like, a sense of, like, ooh, like, I feel this way about either, like, a player or, like, the team or, like, the outcome of the game. I never felt any, like, type of way about you guys. I mean, I know, like, we've, like, had some battles over the years, like, for sure. I think, like, obviously, like, the year that you guys had, like, you could tell. And like it's funny because obviously Liz, like I know you said you were looking at Wake, and like Coach Hoover, like she like love her. She used to say like all the time, like, oh, like her dad, like Liz's dad went to Wake, like this game is personal for her. Like we gotta like whatever. Like she always used to bring that up and talk about like how much it meant. And obviously Caleb being from Greensboro, so like we would talk about like those relational ties. But there was never any like stink face about it, because I definitely have some teams where I'm like, but Virginia Tech was never one of them, so that's good.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be here if we were one of those other teams. But we all have them. Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was definitely Wake. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
Okay, I love the honesty.
How like strange do you think it is gonna be to play Wake this year?
Because we're at Wake too, aren't we?
Based on prior schedules, we should be, but
Yeah.
if they start switching stuff up, I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we played them home last season, so who knows?
We're assuming we play them.
Yeah.
Away.
Great. It's funny because I think it was funny the last game. So my senior night, I actually got COVID, couldn't play. It was so tragic. So I never got a senior night. That's a fun fact. So literally like we were like practicing in the Joel like days before that, and we had walked by the visitors locker room, and I said to one of my teammates who graduated, I was like, I've never been in the visitors locker room before. And she was like, really? And I was like, no. And like I just didn't go in, just kept walking by, and I'm like, how ironic is that? Like, because now like we could potentially be playing there this year.
Right. Pretty
funny. It'll definitely be weird. I still like am close with like some of my former teammates, so that'll be like definitely cool to see them. My boyfriend still goes to school there, so I told him, I already prepped him actually. We were talking about it the other day. I was like if we come and play at Wake, I'm giving you Virginia Tech stuff. I'm giving all of your teammates Virginia Tech stuff. And if you guys don't sit on the like court side and rep the Virginia Tech stuff, then we're gonna have an issue. So they're down. They bought in.
What? They would actually?
They bought in. It was funny. His teammates were talking to me and they were like, Liv, your family, like anything for you. I said, sounds good. Like let's make sure we stick to it, and tell your camera guys with like the Wake men's basketball to make sure they flick you guys up like they do every game. They better flick up the Virginia Tech.
That is so like, oh my god! I feel like we would get like we would never put on another T-shirt ever. I'm way too much of a Hokie.
Yeah, I think it has to like have my number on it. Like that was the stipulation. Yeah. Like it has to be like not 4. And I'm like, that's fine.
Less for the school, more for the person. That's understandable.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah,
I'm all for that. I love that.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll have some maroon and orange in the Joel if we go.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
My parents will be there. Don't you worry.
Right. Awesome. I think actually my parents will probably come to that game too. I have a feeling they will be there for that one.
Oh, I hope they do. Yeah.
What's one thing? Well, not one thing. Like that's a bit on the spot. But like, what's some things or something that you really want like VT fans to know about you, so like they can like actually genuinely get a gist and not just have assumptions.
Yeah. So, like, if I had like to describe myself like as a player, I would say like the things that give me energy on the court are like not typical. Like I know myself and I'm not gonna go out and drop 20. Like that's just not like I'll do my best. Like and if I do, like that's great. But like I think for me, like what gives me energy is like when I set a like what we say, like a hellacious screen. Like I love to screen people. Like that gives me energy. I love making good passes. Like I think like sometimes post players like don't get the love like for getting assists and stuff, but like I value that. That gives me energy. I love pick and pop threes. That's my thing. And I don't know, just playing hard. I feel like I'll definitely like be the type of player to just try to do all the little things and like try to do them right. I'm definitely a perfectionist and I'm super hard on myself. So if I make a mistake, like don't worry, I'm already yelling at me. So like if the fans yell at me, I'm right there with you. But yeah, no, I'm so excited and excited to like meet different Hokie fans and become a part of the family because it definitely feels like that so far. And like I literally will be in the grocery store and oh my gosh, do you play Virginia Tech? And I'm like, I do now. Like I've had so many people be like, did you go to the Final Four? I'm like, I wish I could take that credit, but I didn't. My teammates did. So
well, you're a part of it now, so that's all that matters.
Yes.
You kind of touched on it, like what you do in games and everything, but do you have like any individual goals for the season or?
Honestly, I think this is so like third like coaching staff in my 4 years. So like I just want to like find my role and do it really well. Like I want to like find what that is, and just like help the team like get to where I think we can get to. Like being in practices, summer practices so far, like there is so much talent in our gym. Like it really blows me away some days. I'm like, wow, like we are a really talented group. So just finding ways where like I can be the best version of myself and bring whatever I need to bring on each day to help us get some pretty big wins. So
and for everyone listening, like for some people that would be like a politically correct answer, but Liv is like actually like that. She's actually genuine, like she actually means that, which is amazing and like rare.
Yeah, no, it's very true. Like she's not fluffing around. No. Like
yeah. And it does sound like fluffy, but I promise.
No, but we know like you're so genuine, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's big compliments from us because I feel like we're very, I don't want to say judgy, but we just definitely know people well.
We're honest. Or like we can see through the BS.
Yeah, see through a lot of BS. Yeah. It doesn't have
There's
much
none
BS.
Here.
Oh, I love it.
We're just complimenting you for 40 minutes straight.
I know, my cheeks are hurting from smiling.
Goal achieved.
Since this is your last go around, you know what you want to do after college? Like, do you want to play, like, job? Because you're smart, so.
Oh my goodness. So I have always said if I had the opportunity to play after college, I definitely want to exhaust that and play as long as I can. But I am realistic in the fact that like I am a 5th year now and my body is already feeling old. So I know that the ball doesn't bounce forever. I get that. So I think when basketball does run its course and I'm done on the court, I think I could see myself working. So obviously I got the degree in sports management. And I think that's it's kind of a broad term. Like I'm not exactly sure what or where I see myself, but I do see myself still working in the world of college athletics. I've had some time in a bunch of different leadership organizations through athletics, which has provided me with incredible experiences just to get to know like how far beyond the court like sports actually go. And it's been really, really interesting to work. I spent some time within the NCAA on Women's Basketball Oversight Committee and on NCAA D1 SAC. And so just learning about the different, like I think college athletics is a chaotic landscape. It's so much is going on, so much is changing. And so to, I think be able to like impact the game in that way would be really cool. And I could see myself like being in those rooms and having conversations about legislation and what it looks like and different like rule changes and what implications like the student athlete experience has on the future of the game. Because I think as we're kind of trending towards that, I think the value that's placed on the voice of the student athlete has become so important because we're doing things for the first time and sports are growing, the landscape is growing. And so I think it's been really cool to see what that looks like and be a part of those conversations in that regard. So I don't know. I could see myself working in college athletics, whether that's in the NCAA, whether that's not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I still have some figuring out to do. If anyone asks me like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Well, I don't know.
Oh, you just gave a full explanation. Don't even act like it.
Well, I was gonna say, I have one suggestion for you. You should get a podcast for yourself because you're so well spoken.
Oh my gosh, thank you. No, I think podcasts are. I am a fan of. I've been watching like most of your episodes. One thing I wanted to say, I'm really glad you haven't asked me any math questions because you guys were talking about math the other day. That is my weak spot. Oh, also something for the fans to know about me on the court: my left and my rights. I don't know my left and my rights. Did you guys know that? Did I tell you this?
I haven't heard that.
So, fun fact. Before games, when I know my matchup, like which way they want to go, I'm writing, like I have to write on my hand the way I need to force them. Like that's the fun fact. So like if I know a girl's going left, like I need to like write to have if she's going left, I need to have my right hand up to force her the other way.
Right.
So fun fact about me, not good at math, don't know my left and rights.
It's okay. You can't be 100% perfect. You're 98% perfect.
Oh my goodness, nowhere close.
That's so cute. That actually makes me so happy and what?
Makes me giggle a little.
What?
You'll see in season. I'm gonna have like Sharpie written on my hand. You'll see it.
I was gonna say that you listen to our episodes, but that too, just you in general makes me giggle, yeah.
Yes, no, I'm a fan. Queen of the Castle.
Well, you're a queen of Cassell. We'll get to that in a little bit, but we just have one more question. We kind of hinted at it earlier, but I just want you to elaborate on how you got to be sitting beside Joe Biden and provide as much detail as you can with that because I don't know if people will know what we're talking about. You got it?
Okay, so this was a crazy experience. So I had the opportunity to attend the Final Four this year in Dallas. It was really cool. Obviously, I would have loved to have been playing with you guys in it, but that'll be for hopefully next year. But so I was there with the student athlete engagement group. So I'm not a part of the student athlete engagement group, but I've been the student athlete representative on the women's basketball oversight committee. And so like being the only student athlete on that committee, they were like, thank you for the work you've done. Like we'd love to have you join the student athlete engagement group. So I headed to Dallas and joined them there. And it was basically like a week of professional development and just getting different experiences of different career paths in sports. So we toured the ESPN broadcasting trucks. We talked with Carolyn Peck, which was really awesome, and the broadcasting team there. We sat through a referee panel, which was actually very interesting. I learned so much about referees. Some of it made me a little side-eye. Some of it was it made me feel bad, and I understand their job is, I couldn't do it, couldn't be a ref. We sat through like different coaching panels, so it was really cool to get experience and get a feel for what jobs are out there in the sports world. And so we were kind of going through the week, going through these different activities, and I get a call on Saturday night. So the game is obviously national championship game is on Sunday. I get a call on Saturday night, like 6:30, outside of my hotel room, and it's from the NCAA. And I'm like, whose number from the NCAA do I not have saved? I was like, well, who's calling me? So I answer. And she's like, hey, Olivia, like, how's your trip going? So I start rambling, like thinking it's like, we want to hear like feedback from this trip so far. So I'm like rambling, whatever. And she's like, awesome. She's like, well, I just want to let you know, like, we have a really special guest coming into town, and we'd love to invite you to sit in the suite with her. And I was like, yeah, like whatever. And she told me, she said, First Lady Jill Biden is coming into town. And my jaw dropped. My first thought, honestly, was, what the heck am I going to wear? Because I was not prepared.
Right. Sure.
So it was wild. I like literally ran up to my hotel room, was like throwing clothes around, trying to figure out like what am I going to do? And so my initial thought was, okay, we're going to get up in the suite. Like I'm going to stand in the corner, like maybe shake her hand, like hopefully get a picture, but I have no expectations. I'm like, let me just say hello and whatever, enjoy the experience. So we walk in, we had to get COVID tested before. Secret Service was standing in the suite with us. So that was a really cool experience. I'm sure they ran background checks and all that stuff because it's serious. So we're standing in there, and then I see a list of all the people that are going to be joining in the suite. And then I see Billie Billie Jean King's name on the list, and my jaw drops again. I'm like, what is happening? So anyways, Dr. Biden walks in talking with Billie Jean King, and so she walks in and they give me this introduction, like, oh, this is Olivia Summiel. She's from and I'm looking like, who am I to deserve an introduction? Like, I was just so starstruck, like, what is happening? And so they were like, Dr. Biden, like, how would you like to sit next to our student athletes? And so then I'm like, okay. And I didn't realize how real it was until we stood for the national anthem. And I'm literally standing for the national anthem, like right next to the first lady, and all the cameras, like right in front, just turn around and start clicking pictures. And I'm like, I was like, is there something in my teeth? Is my teeth up? Like, I was like, this is crazy. Like, it was a wild experience. I honestly don't even remember it because I was just so wow. But it was incredible. She was super sweet. I know she took some backlash about inviting Iowa also to the White House, but when I tell you, this lady was so genuine. She was just happy to be there, to be a fan of women's sports. Like, she was asking, like, who's the purple team and who's the white team? Like, she was just there to just be a fan. Yeah. So I feel bad. No heat to Joe Biden. She was just trying to be a woman of the people. So it was an incredible experience. It was really cool.
Oh, that's sick.
That is really cool. Well, I'm glad we ended on that note. That was such a cool experience, like so random.
It is random.
But like, you'll remember that forever.
It is random, but if there's a person on our team to have that experience, it's for sure you. Because that's just a you thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Is that like your fun fact all the time?
That is from now. That's gonna be my new fun fact, because before I was like, I don't like cats. I don't know rights. Like, now I have this pretty cool fun fact. I might have to use it for forever.
No, I think you should. That's like gonna last. Mm-hmm. That'll withstand the test of time.
It will.
So yeah, that's basically the end. It wasn't too painful, I hope.
No, this was awesome. I loved it.
Well, we're glad you said yes and gave us your time, so thank you so much.
Yes.
As you know, we are the Queens of Cassell, but you are also, because you're now a Hokie. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do the outro. I'll say I'm Liz.
I'm Georgia.
And then you'll say I'm Liv or Olivia or whatever. And I'll say and we're, and then. Okay?
That's perfect. I'm ready.
Anything else to say to the people?
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. Go Hokies.
Oh.
Perfect. Well, on that note, I'm Liz.
I'm Georgia.
I'm Olivia.
And we're
Queens of Cassell.